What's going on, everyone? Stevo Supremo here, back again with another video, and today we are talking about the Mario movie. We just got back from seeing it, so this is going to be my quick review of it. Alright, so the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which I went into representing Super Metroid, Samus Metroid, hoping we can get some more Nintendo franchises into film, and I had to win in representing Samus, so hopefully that can be something in the future. That'd be cool if it was live action, but anyways, I digress. The Super Mario Brothers movie, to say I was excited for it would be downplaying it. Me and my son, especially and my two daughters, we could not wait. We were counting down the days from about 2 months back on our calendar for this movie to finally come out. Our tickets had been reserved. We just could not wait for this movie. And my wife even came with us, and even her not being the biggest fan of video games in general, she played Mario. And she knows how much her family enjoys Mario, so she wanted to come with us too. Maybe just for the popcorn, but she still had a good time herself. If she had a good time watching this movie, you know we probably had a good time. So she said she liked it. But before we get into that, like, the early reviews came in on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics earlier in the week, and they smashed it with a 55% rotten. And listen, I could care less what critics think on a movie. These days, everything is so politically swayed, and you don't know what type of reviews to trust anywhere with anything these days, because no one just goes in to have fun for a film anymore. They have to put their nose in the air and think of it critically and deeply with a critic stance. And it's a Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, come on. But anyways, the critics came out 55%, and I didn't worry about it at all. And some of the reviews, if you look through them, are just laughable. Like, they just know nothing about Mario. They don't play the games. They don't understand it. So, of course, the movie's not going to be for them. It's like Mario is a beloved video game franchise. Let's take Game of Thrones. That's a pretty beloved television series that people like. I don't like Game of Thrones. So if a Game of Thrones movie comes out, I'm not going to go see it or review it because it's not going to be for me. So, but I guess it's critics' job to go and see stuff they even don't care about, to throw their 2 cents in it to let you know if it's good or not. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't listen to critics, because then the audience scores come out when the film actually releases, and you can see 96% there. Am I at a 96%? I'm probably not, but it's definitely not a 55%. So let's get into it. What did I think of the film? Okay, so the first 30 minutes or so. The movie is about an hour, 32 minutes long, as you can see there. The first 30 minutes was kind of slow. It was dragging for me. That initial, like, smack in your face of seeing Mario, Luigi, and them on the big screen, it's just nostalgic feeling, and it makes you feel like a kid again. But it wears off pretty soon, just because of some, I guess, directions with the film in the beginning that just, little things like Mario and Luigi talking and there not being any kind of ambient background noise that could have uplifted the scene a little bit more or set the tone for the scene more. It would just be dead quiet. And I was just thinking, like, there should be something else in there to lift up the scene more than it should be. And it'll make sense if people watch the movie, because I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's a scene that happens involving plumbing that it needed some music or something, some of the parts behind it, to kind of lift it up more. And if you've seen it, you understand, but if not, you won't. But hopefully you will go out and see it. But like I said, that first 30 minutes or so just felt a little slow, and I was yawning a few times. It's, I'm tired all the time anyway, so it could have been just that, but my eyes were getting a little heavy there during the first half. My son was still tickled to death beside me. He was having a blast. They were doing some old school music throwbacks and stuff, a lot of fan service here and there. But really where it picks up, what we've seen in the trailers, he goes and meets Donkey Kong on Kong Island. You probably don't really know the reason for all that stuff yet, but they go there for a reason. And that's when the movie really starts to pick up pace. So about the last hour of the movie was awesome. I had a blast. That last hour, well worth to go pay the price of going to see a ticket, especially if you're a Mario fan. And even my wife, like I said, she's not a gaming fan or nothing. and she had a great time at the film. So overall, I probably fall somewhere in the, if I'm going to grade it out of 10, I'm probably going to be like around that 8 area, just because that first 30 minutes, bringing it down a little bit, but the second half was more of like a 9, 10 for me, just because nostalgia factor. So probably bring it down to about an 8 is where I'd be at in a review type score. But man, I had such a great time watching this, especially with my kids there, making a family event out of it, everyone getting popcorn and everything, just having a blast. It was no expenses held back for this thing because it had been planned for months that we were just gonna go and have a great time and enjoy it. And that's what we did. We went into the Super Mario Brothers movie thinking it was going to be a Super Mario Brothers movie and nothing more. And that's all I wanted it to be. I got to get my callbacks to all the games. I got to see all my favorite characters up there on the big screen. And there's even more hopefully coming in the future that they can, I'm going to be honest, what I was worried about in this is that they were going to put too much here and there. And there are things that go by real quick, little callbacks that are like, oh man, let's get into this, and then it's over with. But I was worried they were going to do so much in this first film, it wouldn't leave any meat on the bones for a second film. Oh, there's plenty of meat on the bones to continue going with it. So there's plenty there for them to do. And hopefully, like I said, there's other franchises that could be in the mix too. I can start getting some of this taste for the big screen, because I have a feeling that this thing is just gonna sell out like crazy at a lot of places and do good financially. I know my theater was packed, but we had our tickets reserved, like I said, way ahead of time. And I would check on the seating to see how it would fill out. And when I woke up this morning, it was already sold out. So if people were trying to get tickets for our show, which was the 110 show, like the first showing, they weren't getting in. And then while I'm checking throughout the day, so here's the seating chart. I just wanted to bring it up real quick for everything being sold. This is the seating chart for the next showing at my theater, and you have to reserve seats ahead of time. So this is at 5:40, which starts in an hour. My time here, 5:40, and the horrible seats up front are available, but of course, like the ones in the back still aren't. So that's a 5:40 showing, and it's already probably going to be sold out too. Even 6:45, that front row hasn't gone yet, but all the good stuff is back, and that's how it looks. And then people who actually go there to get tickets at the last minute, they kind of get stuck with, well, you're going to be up front. So yeah, so I think the movie, all in all, it's going to do great at the box office. It's going to be a hit. So whether, I'm hoping, because we had to wait forever for this movie to come out and be developed. I felt like it's been in development for years. So hopefully there's some stuff already in the works for a sequel, and hopefully there's other franchises that are going to get the taste too. Nintendo, thank you so much for finally bringing us a well-deserved Mario film, and it not being bad. At least in my opinion. Just thank you so much for that. And again, Nintendo is so protective about their IPs. I still can't believe it happened that we actually got the movie, and that it was great, and that they stick to how true the characters kind of are. I know Peach isn't really like what she is in the games, but Peach's character didn't mind me at all. She was really awesome in the film, and my daughters loved her and thought she was great too. So I'm looking forward to more in the future. So that's my thoughts. Did you guys go and see it yet? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.